Lieutenant General Gurmit Singh, former GOC 15 Corps and defense expert, joining us on the broadcast along with Amit, Raina, who's a Kashmiri activist. General Gurmit Singh, thank you for joining us on this broadcast. What do you make of the demands that some parties may have in the meeting? Because one thing is clear, we've been saying here on Republic TV, the baseline is that Article 370 is non-negotiable. You can't even bring it to the table. It's not going to happen, right?
Absolutely. Look, this meeting is historic and significant, as you said, and it's an effort on outreach and way forward. What some of the points had come from some of the politicians, firstly, regarding talk to Pakistan, I think it should be clearly understood that terror and talks can't be at the same table. And secondly, Jammu and Kashmir is the internal matter of India. Secondly, Article 370, its abrogation is permanent, it's irreversible. And next is the statehood and the UT. That status was by the Act of Parliament. So it's a parliamentary. It is not which will be part of this meeting. So most important is it's a great step to restore the political process. It can also be in the move forward towards the state assembly elections. And I would say that more importantly, it is looking at the aspiration of the Awam, youth, women, and everyone of Jammu and Kashmir. This is also to take stock of the development. It is also to come out with I think, new decisions regarding infrastructure development, investment. It is how to bring in, continuation of the changes which have been already done. I think that is what is important.
We have some big breaking news coming in. I'd like to go across to that as well right now because we're getting in some pictures as well. And we're just going to break the details with Abhishek Kapoor. We'll just bring the details. And these are first details that Republic TV is picking up of the meeting where Ajit Doval, our NSA, was present. And I'll just go across to that breaking news update. Lieutenant General Gurmit Singh will just go across to that. But let me get a word from Amit, Raina as well. Amit, Raina, there were many people who were upset. Kashmiri pundits especially were upset with this meeting. Some of them said when we, broached this subject a few days back, when we debated it, they said, we're very upset. It's almost like going back to square one. Why is that?
No, see, after you abrogated Article 370, 35A and created a unity out of Jammu and Kashmir, you did this with a promise to the nation and to the people of Jammu and Kashmir that the people who have mismanaged the state, who have misruled the state, who have looted the state, who have treated the state as their own personal fiefdom are out, and new political process, new political leadership, new development, and will now come to Jammu and Kashmir. Nothing will be done with old people. It will be youngsters who will be responsible for their future. So you went and did elections. You did panchayat elections. You did block elections. You did zilla panchayat elections. You did urban body elections. And you went and tried to create a new breed of new crop of politicians. Now, after 2 years, if you are going to tell me that no, I made a mistake, I will have to go back to the own wine and present you in a new bottle, then it is somewhere I feel cheated. For 2 years, you have not spoken a word about return of Kashmiri Pandits. You have not shown us a blueprint on the return of Kashmiri Pandits, and now you are going and talking to the same people who have been responsible for our exodus. Obviously, it will have us worried. It will make us fearful of. Are we going to face the same thing what we have faced for the last 32 years? Abrogation of Article 370 and 35 have brought in new hope. We were hoping that government will call us and say this is the blueprint of going back home. We hope that the marginalized communities of Pakistan-occupied Kashmir refugees, West Pakistan refugees, the Valmiki Samaj will be invited to this talk and saying, come, let's sit together and tell us what you want from new Jammu and Kashmir. How do we make this Jammu Kashmir new, Naya Jammu Kashmir? Lakhs of people who have picked up Tiranga in Kashmir Valley. It's not an easy thing to pick up Tiranga in Kashmir Valley. Pakistan, ISI, terrorist groups are watching you. Must be feeling dejected today saying, If this is the reason we picked up Tiranga, then there was no point. They must be afraid today that if the same political parties come back to the power, I may be on the hit list, I will be victimized. I may end up
Breaking news.